All right. Hello and welcome to everyone. Today our fighter is Edgar the Dream Killer Plazaola. Edgar, congrats on your victory. Excellent victory. Excellent stoppage. And of course, Bkfc. People like to say, all fighters, a whole different juice, a whole different level of fighting. What can you say about your last fight? And how was the feeling, change, switching to Barnacle? Probably a very, very stressful decision, but it seems it paid out.
Yeah, I definitely did. I gotta say that's definitely I feel that I see my future a lot on that sport. At the end of the day, I'm a fighter, and that's what I do it for. I've been training for over 10 years, and not just to compete, but to also to be able to defend myself and my loved ones. And I always feel that it brings us to our ancestors' ways, like our primal way. Like if I had to get in a fight because I need to defend myself on the streets or my family. I'm not gonna be putting gloves on. I'm not gonna be like getting ready. I have to be ready to go just how it is with this bare knuckle. So I like the idea about that. And I'm a fighter at heart, so I love the challenge.
Yeah, that's pretty much outstanding. Can you please describe how were you preparing for your previous Barnacle fight?
So I did a lot of preparation. It was a lot very boxing oriented, but we were working a lot of clinch at the same time, like making it like a fusion. I was prepared for everything, like we were studying all the rules and making sure, we were ready for all situations. We were not working nothing specific. I'm a full mixed martial artist, so I had plenty experience wrestling clinch, Greco-Roman clinch, Muay Thai clinch, and I love boxing and striking. So I prepare a lot of my footwork, my boxing, my clinch, and conditioning my knuckles to punch bare knuckle. I got the chance, to do very specific training, like drills, where we were like bare knuckle. And not only I was conditioning my knuckles, but at the same time, I was already putting mental visualization how it's gonna be, without the 4 ounce gloves.
When did you start training martial arts? How old were you?
Well, I started pretty old. I started at 22 years old. I started 22 years old. I always wanted to do martial arts when I was young, but my parents couldn't afford it from, my country, Nicaragua, that I'm from. But as soon as I was able to support myself, I definitely needed to incorporate martial arts in my life. So I started like around 22 years old around there.
Which was the first martial art you've trained?
I was lucky enough to start with mixed martial arts, MMA, and I had never stopped ever since. I always been working mixed martial arts. It's always striking, kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, submission grappling. I have my key, so I'm always trying to like be all rounded. Actually, this was the very first training camp that I only fully focused on one art, which is striking.
Well, you have MMA experience, MMA battles, so according to you, which was the hardest MMA bout you've ever participated?
Hardest MMA bout that I participate myself. Oh, it was one of my amateurs, my third amateur bout will say. They they changed me my opponent the last week. Uh, the weight class as well, like I was supposed to be 145, I ended up fighting at 155. I was already cutting weight. The guy was a southpaw, so I didn't know nothing. And I got sick the morning of the fight that I couldn't start throwing up. I was warming up for the fight and I was still throwing up. And I got inside the ring and all I was thinking about how to throw up in front of all these people. But yeah, like the fight was really tough. I felt really uncomfortable. I was fully dehydrated, so you can imagine I gasped. But eh, 2 seconds before the fight was over, I was able to finish it with a Kimura. So I ended up getting the W regardless.
Yeah, you got through it, obviously. Definitely, it was a very, very hard way to go. I understand. How did you get your nickname?
To my nickname, well, my friends, and my look as well. My teammates, like I always like to like grow my beard. Like sometimes before I used to, wear a mohawk. So they say, like that they don't want to see me on their dreams, like, and eventually that kind of evolved. They wanted to call me Nightmare, but then from there were like, no, it's just not just a night. No, you kill dreams, man. And then after that, like kind of stick to it. So I guess just at the gym.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. So, which are the greatest differences between MMA and Barnacle for you? I mean, MMA experience can help for Barnacle, but some rules are kind of tricky. Also, the cage is different.
No, no, no. Don't get me wrong. It's completely different. It's a huge difference. You need to have a lot respect for it. Like as you can see right now, look, I have a fracture on my arm, so that's something that I was already prepared for it. Most likely in MMA, that wouldn't have happened. That being said, I really enjoy it. The training, I love that I got the chance to fully focus in one art, like striking, like my punches, my footwork, my head movement, my defense. I enjoy the training of being able to just do that because MMA you have to like do a lot more. You need to work your wrestling, your grappling, your ground and pound, everything. And on this one, it was just that. So for sure, my punches, I was a lot faster, a lot powerful. My footwork was a lot better, and I'm just getting started. Now that I'm gonna be able to fully focus on training for bare knuckle, this is just the beginning. I can just evolve from here, and I'm really excited for what's for me next.
How's your arm doing now? You said you broke it. So, how much is medical suspension? What did they say?
So they suspended me until I couldn't prove that I was healthy already. So they didn't give me a time in a specific, but they told me, hey, listen, as soon as you heal, just send the proof, like, and your suspension is removed already. So right now, actually, right before you, I was already booking my appointment to the orthopedic and hand surgeon for next week because we had to wait for the inflammation to goes down first before they do anything. But I'll be back soon. They don't think it's like nothing too serious, like, so I'm hoping, like, they already know also, like that my future depends on this. So I know they're going to do a great job and I'll be back really soon.
Yeah. I was wondering whether you have a favorite quote and a favorite animal.
If I have a favorite word against it,
Favorite animal and favorite quote. That's like favorite statement, favorite sentence. Do you say something before you head into the fight?
oh yes, absolutely. So my favorite quote, I have a lot, but the one that I do like to like always tell myself and my loved ones as well is when I go in there, I want everyone to know that I'm expecting the best, but I'm always prepared for the worst. I go in there always expecting to finish the fight as easy, as clean, as quick, as fast as possible. But at the same time, mentally, I'm prepared for a battle. I'm prepared to I'm prepared to like put everything on the line in there. So that's my goal. Expect the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah, sounds pretty much great. Can you please describe how did you finish your opponent? Like what happened in the fight from your angle? I mean, it's different when you watch and it's different when you're inside the cage.
Yes, absolutely. Look, so what happened is that it was simple. I listened to my corner. I had the best team, Freestyle Fighting Academy. We located here in South Miami, Florida. And I always trust them since day one. They taught me everything, like how to throw a punch, how to like do a takedown. And my corner told me, listen, you need to make it a clinch fight. You need to get in the inside. You need to make it an ugly fight. You need to make it rough. You need to get on his face. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. Like I got on his face. I wanted to stay in there so he can exchange with me because I knew there was just matter of time for me. If I would touch him good with my right hand, I knew the fight was going to be over. So as soon as we disconnect from one of those clinch, he started coming forward me, which is what I wanted. And from my right stance, I threw my right hand like a jab. I threw a right jab, and I saw that he kind of stumbled a little bit straight into the ropes, and I saw his eyes that he wasn't there. So as soon as I saw that, I went with another right hook, which was the first one of the three last right hands that I threw. But I think that it was the very first one, the one that nobody really noticed, the one that it looks like a jab. I jabbed him with my right, and I knew I connect him good. And then after that, I just threw three devastating right hands that make it go face down to the canvas.
Excellent, excellent. Do you have did Barnacle told you the potential next opponent, or everything is still like hanging around in the air?
No, really. No, they haven't told me nothing right now. Like first they want me to like heal my injury, but I'm ready for whatever, man. I'm ready for whatever. The 145. I'm running for the belt, and if it's gonna take all the 145 pounders, I'm gonna be ready. So whatever name they put in there, man, I'm excited for it. This is just the beginning.
Which is more entertaining when it comes to media? Is it bare knuckle media or it's MMA media for you? You've been in both.
I love Barnacle media, man. I'm just really, really enjoying every single thing about Barnacle. The fighting, it's more action. The media, and I'm having a great time. So yeah, definitely, I'm enjoying the moment.
Can you please describe how they announce fighters in bare knuckle while you walk towards the cage? Can you please describe it from your perspective?
From what do you mean? How come? Like how everything like for? I love it. Look, I like that they announcing the fighters since the weigh-ins. I love how they call me since the weigh-ins. Basically, like if I'm already making the wall, which like it pumps you up because believe it or not, I even when I'm training, I do a lot of visualization about that. Once they call my name, it's like when actually the dream killer comes out finally, and I'm finally loose. So for the weigh-ins, like they call my name, they say, my previous experience and achievements, and as well, like my info, my weight class, and I love it. I love it. Like really, really good. Like for people to actually putting the fighter's name out there. And now on fight night, I love it as well. Like you're already on standby, and when they call your name, they tell you that it's time for you to walk to the X. I walk into the X. I love seeing, the huge, my name huge right behind me, and being able, like to walk, enjoy the moment at the same time, like the day announcing me.
Thank you so much for the interview and for sharing all your lovely details about the victory. Would you like to add something to the interview, maybe to add some kind of a conclusion? Would you like to greet somebody, your fans, family members, maybe?
Absolutely, definitely. You know, like I love to like first, you know, like uh I had to thank God, you know, I like to first God first, you know, because without him I feel that I wouldn't be able to achieve this. Also, you know, my family, that's the reason why I do this for, you know, my wife Jenny, my son Edgar, my daughters, Chloe and Gianna, my team, like I say, they believe in me and they believe in me since day one. And I always told them, you know, like we have a say here that if they ate the wing, you know, like the wing of the chicken with me, they had to eat the breast. So now it's time, you know, for me to take Freestyle Fighting Academy to the top because that's where we're going. So thank you to my team and my sponsors as well, you know, Toro Loco Churrasqueria, BS Carbonates, Sativa Life. Without their support, you know, like I wouldn't have prepared the same, you know, like they were all huge keys. My manager was he's the one who made all this happen. Aldo, El Toro Loco MMA. I had the best management team. So yeah, we here to dominate completely the combat sport.
Thank you so much for this interview. I will put it to creation. Tomorrow morning, my time, I will publish it. I will send you a link. It will probably be your night time, but tomorrow morning you can check and you will see. The interview will be
Thank you so
possible.
much for having me, man. Thank you so much for having me. I want to say thank you, everyone, for the support. You know, follow my journey. I love, you know, like putting the show. And I want you guys to remember the name. That's what I do. That's what I put myself in the line to entertain you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy every single shows of mine.
Thank you, Edgar. Have a great day.
Thank you.